lsquo it will be a nightmare. EU lawyer reveals obscure piece of law scuppering Brexit talks. Mr. Piris, the former Director General of the EU's legal service, said Britain should have read Article 218 of the Lisbon Treaty, which states the future relationship between the UK and the EU can only be negotiated once Britain returns to a third country status. Speaking at a conference on the future of the EU, hosted by the Centre for European Reform, Sir, Mr. Piris said, Britain did not ask immediately for a transition period, which was a fundamental mistake. It should have asked that immediately. Now I hear that Michel Barnier, he did not speak about that today, but I hear that he's talking about October to make a decision on the transition period. That would be a nightmare for economic operators. It's much too late. Mr. Piris also trashed Britain's plan for a bespoke trade agreement. He said, the EU is insisting on the strict credibility and integrity of its internal market, and on the fact that you are either in or out. The UK is still asking to leave the single market, to leave the customs union, but that it deserves a bespoke agreement with half a membership of the single market. It also seems to think that trade agreements will be easy and successful with third states in the world. The former lawyer then said the UK and Ireland will lose out most in the event of a no-deal Brexit scenario. He said, a naive lawyer cannot understand why a lose-lose situation for everybody, especially for the UK and Ireland, is thus becoming a possible scenario because of the succession of bizarre decisions. Let's hope that these illusions will finish before it's too late. The UK government has to compare its public opinion to realities. Prior to Mr. Piris's comments, the EU's Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier said the European Union is ready for a no-deal Brexit. He said, a no-deal is not our scenario, even though we would be ready for it. The no-deal option comes up so often in British public debate, but only those who ignore, or want to ignore, current benefits of EU membership would say no deal would be a positive option. During the keynote speech, Mr. Barnier also said calls for the UK to cherry-pick aspects of EU membership were not based on the truth. The day-long conference will cover the future of the euro, Brexit, migration, and security.